Right.
All right. This is going to be a good one. Roll to strike.
Okay, right. Okay, after bonuses. That's an extra 20. All right, yeah, let's go. That's it, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so I'll take Janice the two-handed greatsword, and I'm gonna hit the dragon real fucking hard, right? Tell me what happens.
all right. You bring your greatsword down, taking a little leap off the ground, jumping up into the air, cleaving downward straight into the red dragon's skull. You watch as Janice goes slicing straight through the scales, watch his scales pop off like popcorn, thrown everywhere, and then you make it right into the skull and the brain. You watch it just crunches down into the mouth, and you watch as you bring down its head onto the floor, splattering it all across the room, and you have beaten your first young red dragon.
Is it too late to say I wanted to do non-lethal damage? Did I do that wrong? I feel like I did that wrong. Hold on, let's restart. We should restart now.
Oh no, I'm crying now, fuck.
Oh no! So, yeah. So I think today. Well, hey, welcome to Pod-Kura, folks.
Pod-Kura episode 3.
Episode 3, yes, episode 3. Today is the Dungeons and Dragons episode. Hick-Cast, you're not going to believe this. I actually rolled a 19.
Oh shit!
When you actually roll it,
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Barwin, so I still crit, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking TTRPGs today. This is all D&D all day. So, let me ask you a question.
Oh, let's go for it then.
Right now. And this is the same question I ask young women on Bumble and Tinder when I'm trying to hook up with them. What is your favorite D&D class and favorite edition?
Ooh, favorite class. You have to go with the cleric, man. I don't know, clerics.
Really?
I love the cleric. I used to, when I started D&D 5e, I was like, man, these sorcerers are really good, and I do love the sorcerer. But oh my god, the clerics are fucking busted. Like, I cannot believe how amazing it is to play a cleric.
Oh, I don't disagree. Yeah. So cleric. That's kind of broad. Let's narrow this down just a touch.
Yeah.
What's your subclass?
Well, currently, I do have one of my favorite characters. You know him, Thorn, the Satyr Forge cleric. And
yes,
I can say for a fact, fucking Forge clerics are the fucking best. And anyone who says otherwise will meet my fucking hammer.
I don't know, dude. Domain of Light, because you get Fireball.
But then again, I have magic weapons all the time. And if you have a good dungeon master, you can actually craft your own weapons, as in the Xanathar's Guide, and be able to half the time and shit. And so with Thorn, I crafted his own hammer, Thorn's Hammer, which is just a maul, which does 2d6 plus 4, and does 1d4 plus 3 fire damage.
Oh my, I like that.
It's also a plus 1 weapon, so.
Yeah, that's very good.
It's great. He also crafted his own Boots of the Winterland, and yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think for me... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I thought, go with your class, then we'll talk about races after this, man.
Yeah, I think my favorite class... And we're just talking 5e, because I haven't played any of the other editions, just because I...
We're talking 5e.
We're just talking 5e today. Before Hick-Cast and I started playing games together, he was playing 3.5 for a while, but we didn't start hanging out together and playing together until we started playing 5e. For me, God, I think the Wizard is my favorite class.
Wizard's just so versatile in all sorts of ways.
Well, that's the deal. It's like I have so many options. There's so much you can do with it. And, then I think about Eldon, just the homicidal lunatic that he is, and soon to be Lich.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, dude. Are you kidding me?
The problem with the Wizard starting out is like a rock hits you in the side and half your respiratory system is just destroyed.
Yeah, 100%. Don't get me wrong, but that's why you have shield.
Yeah.
But no, it's like well, the effects of shield last until your next turn in combat. So
races now. We got to talk about races. And I will not be basic because I know I'm a power gamer and I like to say human variant because of the fucking feet. So I'm not going to say human. Yeah. I won't.
He's going to say Aarakocra.
I'm going to say half-elf.
Really?
A half-elf have all the bonuses of being elf with none of the fucking negatives of being an elf. I can
what negatives are there being an elf, though?
Oh. Being a drow?
Oh, yeah, drow.
And none of the negatives of being human?
Sure.
Plus, if you have Tasha's Guide to Everything, technically you can put all 4 of your points for attributes into one skill. So, I almost put, with my new character I made, not on stream, I did a new character I made by myself. I had, I almost put 4 points into dexterity to give him 20 dex, 22 dex, and I was like, maybe not.
Oh, well, no, because you can't go 20, over 18.
Yeah,
in power and in
20
character creation.
You can't go over 20.
No, you can't go when during. Oh no, yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Yep, you're completely right.
So I went with 20 dex and
I'm thinking of point blank.
Yeah, I went with 18. Fucking another skill for that. But anyway,
pretty excellent. I'm not gonna lie. For me, it's got to be Eladrin. It is Eladrin or dwarves. Because first of all, Eladrin, I think it's a really cool concept.
Oh yeah,
These elves that emerge from the Fae and are touched by Fae magic, I think is really fucking dope. But I like dwarves because I like to pretend I'm Gimli. So,
I mean, the drow half elf, I'm allowed to get the drow magic.
Yeah,
and that's always great. And then the high elf, I can get other shit. I also get the elven accuracy feat.
Oh, yeah. You can do that.
The elven accuracy feat works with spell attacks as well.
All we're saying is that we like elf variants.
Yeah, elves. I'm still in touch with my human side.
Yeah. No, I think I have a soft spot for the Aarakocra. I have a really fun idea for an Aarakocra Stormborn sorcerer that I've been playing with forever, where I want to have this Aarakocra sorcerer whose whole goal is to merge the material plane with the elemental plane of air and kill everyone.
Jesus Christ, why?
Well, first of all, have you met me? You know how I play D&D.
But that's such a...
My goal is to become the big bad evil guy in every campaign.
Barwin.
Except Barwin, yes. Barwin's too stupid to have machinations.
What about our characters in Icewind Dale together?
Yeah, that character's just trying to get laid. He's there for one thing and one thing only. So...
And the new book came out, and that's
Yeah, Van Richten's. Is that out now?
Yeah, it's out and stuff. I need to get it.
Buy that. Hold on, I need to do that right now.
You can do it right now.
I will do it right now. I actually meant to do it earlier, but we were talking about stuff.
Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. The fuck? Yeah, all the domains of Ravenloft. I'm pretty sure there's a carnival in one of the domains. It's just like...
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Which is what I want to do. You can create your own domain in Dark Lord, which I will be definitely doing in a future game.
You should stream that, actually.
My own dark domain.
Yeah.
Let's see, the lineage, Dampier, Hexblood, and Reborn. Hexblood being part a hag. Which is weird, because hags turned humans into hags when they turned 13 and shit.
What is the Reborn?
I think it's like an undead kind of thing. So, that's a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. But, comes with the College of Spirits and the Undead Warlock. So.
Yeah, let me...
Ooh, curses, fear and stress, haunted traps. Ooh. I don't want to deal with any of that. None of that. No. I mean,
yeah.
You said something earlier, which was incorrect. We did not start playing 5e together.
No, we started playing Rifts together.
Which is an entire beast of its own.
Which is a completely different system, and I hate it.
but we love it and hate it at the same time.
It's
a game system that hasn't changed and updated because it's made by one person.
Yeah.
And I have their most recent book, A Garden of the Gods, and oh my god, it's an amazing book crafted by one person, but it took fucking nearly 4 years to come out when they announced it and shit. And,
totally.
I love the entire thing. It's made for expert role players and expert gamers. That's what it's called. It's basically a war game.
Yeah, that is a very accurate interpretation and representation of that.
Yeah,
it is.
5e is a basic role-playing game.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
the further down in editions you go, from 5th edition, easy. 4th edition, bit more complicated. 3rd edition, complicated. 2nd edition and 1st edition, you're reading a different language.
Oh god, yeah, I remember the first time because when I initially started playing D&D or got interested in D&D, I was playing with AD&D 1st edition.
Well, we were playing right before you came in. I was playing with our mutual friend C. We're gonna call him C. Anyway, he played a drow. He was playing a drow, and he rolled fucking all 18s, which is fucking amazing in my eyes.
C. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And
sorry, give me a second.
We were playing 2.5 skills and powers, which is honestly, I really enjoy that system a lot. I wish that some of the things, like the way that the classes work, were like 5e, though.
Sure, absolutely. No, and you know, the hobby has evolved in a lot of positive ways over the years, I think. The introduction of races over
classes.
Because when you first started playing D&D, dwarf and elf
were classes.
Were classes, yeah. Dwarves were fighters with really, really strong bonuses to their constitution.
And elves were mages and warriors, to level up to 2nd level as an elf, you would be level 3 fucking thief before that shit happened.
Yeah. You had to have, I think it was 2100 XP. If memory serves.
I don't remember. We're going to get corrected if people look at this.
I do remember. It was crazy fucking high.
I do have the Dungeons and Dragons game, Chronicles of Mystaria, on Steam, which you can actually play as the elf class, which I do.
Oh, yes, that one. God, I want to play that. Hick-Cura.
I've tried to play it with people, and they were like, "No, I don't want to play it." It's fun.
I'll play it with you
because it has story elements you can actually do and shit. But it's a beat 'em up as well, so people who aren't children aren't really wanting to play that. They rather play other games, and it's kind of irritating because I'm still
a child for wanting to play.
Yeah, I'm a child at heart, man. I'll play this game more. Remember playing Castle Crashers and shit?
Oh fuck yeah, I remember. My sister and I loved that game. We played so much Castle Crashers together.
I bought Castle Crashers for me, my brothers, and another friend of ours, and none of them play it with me. And I'm sad because I bought it in a 4-pack on fucking Steam.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah. I also bought Battle Block Theater as well.
See, that's the problem. You buy games for the wrong people.
I know, right?
Like, I will play this shit any day of the week because I fucking love these kind of games. Dude, I'm gonna get fucking Mysteria right now. We're streaming that after this podcast.
I do have Divinity Original Sin 2, but I don't play that. And Baldur's Gate Enhanced Editions, I have both of them, but oh my god.
I know God, yeah.
Baldur's Gate is a beast to itself. Baldur's Gate 2, also a beast. Fucking Icewind Dale, that's a bit easier to understand. Less role-playing, more combat in that game, though. Baldur's Gate 3, I'm so glad that they actually went with the fucking Divinity Original Sin crew.
Yep, me too.
But they also... Then you got Critical Role working with Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire.
Yep.
And
yep.
I haven't played it, but it looks really basic, and I don't really want to. Because of how basic it looks.
Shit, by the way, I found the release date for Dark Alliance.
Oh, when's that?
Sorry, I don't mean to hijack the conversation, but I know you and I have...
We're talking about the video games of D&D right now. We were taking a little break right now to talk about that.
June 22nd. So later this month.
Yeah, you get to play as Wolfgar, Canterbury, the fucking dwarf. I don't remember his name.
I'll be playing as the dwarf.
But And then you get to play as Dritz Duerden. So
I need to read those books. I really do.
we have all of them. We have 13 books of.
Oh no, I know you do.
Salvatore.
Just
Let me pick up this book. What does this one say? Legends of Dritz, Book 8, Starless Night. Yeah. They're sitting right next to my Lord of the Rings books and my Aragon books.
oh god, the Aragon books.
Well,
Okay, that's not what this podcast is about.
talking about
That's not what
D&D.
this podcast. Yeah, we're talking about D&D right now.
oh my god. Playing D&D when we were younger. That was we used to play like twice a week when we were in high school and shit.
Oh god, yeah, we had time.
Yeah, when we had time and shit, we didn't have jobs and shit. But remember, all right, remember, all right, chat. I was in high school when this happened, middle school, very edgy still. I let everyone choose whatever the fuck they want to play, and that was a mistake. I believe one of our friends built a werecat from Aragon. One of them built a Spartan from Halo. My brother built a fucking fairy from Sword Art Online, and another one built a what was the other one? He just built a generic fantasy guy though, and I was like, "Yo, this is great." And then
I play in this one, or was this?
you were not in this one yet. It was just the four of us at that time.
Okay, gotcha.
It was and I was, that was. It ended in a bad way, and everyone still blames my brother for that.
Is this the one where your brother abandoned the entire party after stealing all their stuff?
Yes, they were going up to the mountains to fight the dragon, and he steals all their stuff and leaves them to die. And everyone brings it up still.
Oh yeah. To this day,
Oh yeah,
we all
but
bring
it was a
up how
nice
he.
party wipe, and we started over, and everyone made new characters.
Right, that's right before I started playing with you guys. That's right.
Yep. We loaded
I remember
in our mutual friend C before that, and then you came in right after. He was like, "Hey, I got this other friend that I'd like to join in with us." And I was like, "Okay, let's see him." And that was the first time we met.
Yeah. God, I hated you.
Oh yeah, I was a cunt.
Yeah, no, he sucked. Guru didn't get cool until he met his wife.
Oh yeah, I was.
After that, it was like we were best buds. But it was touch and go there for a second.
Remember, people, I am a sociopathic, apathetic person, so it's kind of hard to really deal with that stuff when you don't know me.
She kind of fixed him. She's kind of like, honey,
you're doing things wrong. You're like, oh, I am. Yeah, but
you're being a dick.
I was in a chat with Matt Calva. I was talking about that. I was the first one in this chat talking to him, and I was able to thank him for being inspiration for me to become a better DM than I was at the time, and actually bring in story elements. And I'm so glad I brought in story elements that weren't just fucking ripped out of fucking shows or animes that I watched after fucking junior year, because oh my god, that was terrible. I just feel the cringe that's inside of me all over that stuff, and I do not want to deal with any more of it. But I'm still going to be reminded of it because there's still some great memories to have from there.
Oh, absolutely. No, I don't think that we by any means need to be like, fuck the good times we had there by any stretch at all. I mean, I mean, you and I still talk about that character I had, Yoshi.
Yoshi Masanori Jin.
Yeah. Yeah, the samurai that I made who I realized in the first session, oh god, I didn't take English. Because that's a thing you have to do in Rifts. You have to take common if you want to be able to use it.
Yep.
So my character didn't speak English, and it was like, oh, fuck, okay, here we go.
If I was to play a Rifts game with that character again, I would be like, hey, make a fucking samurai, but make him from the actual Rifts Japan to fucking shit.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why I want to play Rifts again, because I actually want to play Rifts.
And I would be down to play Rifts if you let me play from Rifts Japan.
Oh yeah,
because I fucking love the samurai in there. It is a really, really cool setup, and the Ronin is also really, really cool.
I mean, we also have the Western Empires. Yeah, we have Palladium Fantasy Western Empires, and that has the samurai in there. Well, they're samurai.
Oh yeah,
in the Palladium world, which is just weird stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
And then
the cross.
And it's just like, as a teenager, we played the game definitely wrong.
100%.
Yeah, when I came back into Rifts after taking a very extended break from playing role-playing games, I'm like, man, I should look at the rules and stuff. And I downloaded this rule pack. It was not an official book, but it was made by the actual author who made the rules, and he came out with this entire pack. And I learned that we were doing fucking like 90% of that shit wrong.
Yeah, 100%. I think we were like parrying fire, like breath attacks and shit.
And the fact is, we were. You can't expect us fucking kids to be in an expert fucking role-playing game and understand what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah.
Especially that shit. That was just like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Well, especially for me, like that being my first real role-playing game experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was fucking brutal, dude.
And it's
but you know, we had some really cool characters in there and some really cool stuff
did you remember the Farmers of the Sea? Remember that one?
Farmers of this? Yes, I do remember the Farmers of the Sea. Yes.
Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious. So
yes,
Rifts has this special thing called Mega Damage, and
yes.
It's Mega Damage is easier because it's like 100 point of damage, because Rifts is fucking mechas and stuff. You're fighting demons in the giant mech suit, shooting rocket launchers and laser guns. And
it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, we had someone who was an expert at Rifts who was there, my uncle-in-law, and he's a character. We're not going to talk anymore about that.
He's an in-law? I thought he was related by blood.
He's my stepfather. He's not an in-law. He's a stepfather. That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, he's a step-uncle. But he's not fully related to me. Anyway, he's a character. We're not going to talk about him here. That's an entirely different story.
He is. If you guys have watched Crit Crab on YouTube, some of those horror stories, I actually had to text Takura the other day. I'm like, wait, is this your uncle?
Oh my god, yeah. Anyway, he was being the game master of that Rifts game, and he believed in mine and my brother's abilities of role playing and being expert role players, because we were at the time. I think that all of us could do this shit now, and we played regular non-MD damage characters. We were just ninjas. We stole a plane.
Yeah,
and it was hilarious because one of the characters was in the military, and they came up to us and they're like, hey, who are you guys? And we're like, we are but humble farmers, and we're on this boat plane. And they're like, bullshit, farmers of the sea. We are farmers of the sea. And they just look in the back, and there's this boat on the back of our plane. And we stole the boat, so we didn't know what was going on, but we stole it from the Yakuza, apparently.
From the fucking Yakuza?
So, in the back of this boat, there was 12 dead bodies wrapped in bags.
Yeah.
Cool. So obviously,
and inside those bodies, 6 kilos of heroin each.
Maybe we didn't open. We just threw the shit out. We were just like, no, we're not dealing with this shit.
You should have checked the corpses, man. That's where they hide it.
We fought some Chimera, and the Chimera were just destroying everyone. But using all the skills that were provided us in the stuff, we were able to, my brother and me, we were able to avoid all the damage and be able to kill the creatures by using regular weapons, which is damn near impossible.
Yeah.
My character broke both his legs, though.
It's tough. God damn it. Now I want to play Rift Sakura. God fucking damn you. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
If I think of an amazing combat thing that would work perfectly in Rifts, have you ever watched the Assassin's Creed Revelations trailer?
Yeah.
Fucking Ezio fighting all those enemies at once.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm reminded of. I just think of Rifts. I'm like, God, that would be so cool in Rifts.
Yeah, it would be. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should play Rifts tonight. Oh, God.
We have things to do.
God damn it. I know. Your wife wants to do some homebrew, test some homebrew stuff, and
we gotta get you better internet at your place so we can actually play D&D and stuff. I mean, I think
what I need to do. Well, now that I went back to Bellingham, I have my my Ethernet cable now.
Oh yeah, that's
so I can plug directly into the stuff now, so it should be better. I'm gonna start recording again here and start uploading stuff.
Yeah, if you needed an Ethernet, we could have grabbed one of our fucking spare ones and just gave it to you.
Well, we should have thought about that.
We should have. And I know Nate wants to. He's like, hey, if you guys want to do some D&D, I'm available to do some D&D. Actually, record some actual gameplay of D&D and stuff.
Nate,
I was like,
I don't know who Nate is. Do I know Nate?
Twisted Savant.
Twisted Savant. Is that the guy that wants to be on the podcast?
No, that is. If you look in my Discord, he's there on my Discord.
Sorry, Hick-Cast is way more involved in the community than I am. I'm like,
yeah,
totally functional.
Twisted Savant. He's a friend of me and my brother Devin.
Oh, he's one of Devin's buddies. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I play a lot of games with them. I play Dark Souls with them a lot too. Because,
Gotcha.
You can watch the stream that I did with no one and stuff where we were playing Dark Souls, and I actually 1v1 Savant there, and that was hilarious because he was doing.
I like that you're older. Sorry, go ahead.
He was doing a full magic build, and
yeah,
Dark Souls and magic. Let's talk about spells per day.
Yeah, speaking of TTRPGs, let's talk about spells per day.
Yeah. It's not like we're gonna do something about spells per day. It's D&D and stuff.
Spells per day doesn't bother me in Dungeons and Dragons.
Which, it boggles my mind that it bothers you in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, but not in Dungeons and Dragons.
Deeply offends me in Dark Souls 1 and 2, because Dark Souls 1 and 2...
could have done a magic system easier with mana.
Because I don't have any cantrips. If I had cantrips in Dark Souls 1 and 2, spells I could cast without a cost that did a minimum amount of damage, then I wouldn't give a shit. But then I'd be like, yeah, sure, spells per day, that makes perfect sense, no problem. But because I don't have cantrips, I don't have free spells, it just doesn't work for me. It's like it just isn't really truly viable.
Of course. I mean, there's a whole bunch of Dark Souls mods coming out. You could probably talk to one of them and be like, hey, could we get that? A Farron Dart. That'd be really cool if it was an actual cantrip. Slow down the attack speed. Cantrip like that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Give me a Farron Dart cantrip. Give me a...
Yeah.
Make Fire Orb a fucking cantrip.
Fire Orb is garbage.
It's hot garbage, which is why it should be a cantrip.
I mean, have you read some of the homebrew spells I've done?
I remember Black Coffin.
No, we don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that one.
No, let's talk about Black Coffin, Hick-Cast. Remind me, what was the damage on Black Coffin?
It did 60 10 times 10.
MD, correct?
No, not MD. Straight to hit points.
Straight to hit points.
It was a tier. Well, in Rifts, spells actually go on levels instead of tiers up to 9, because there's only 15 max levels in Rifts for each class. So it was a tier 15 spell.
Yeah, no, it'll fuck you up.
Yeah,
it'll ruin your fucking day. Learn that one the hard way.
I stole from Bleach, actually.
I had a character who was at full HP, and actually we were doing like a Bleach Soul Society thing where we had to go in and we were fighting basically Hick-Cast's Soul Society. And one of them. Yeah, that remember? That's when Quill died.
Oh, yeah.
That's the story I'm telling right now. I had Abby and Quill, remember?
Yeah.
Cool. Go in and I think Warg was fucking
Quill angered Warg.
We'll talk about Warg some other time. But it wasn't Warg that cast the spell.
Yeah.
It was one of the 13 captains. I don't know who it was. But
they weren't the captains. These guys, they were called the 13 Immortals. Remember that? They were martial artists that used ki. So I grabbed all the key books I could possibly find, grabbed all the stuff, put them all together on a little fucking notepad that I had, and like, what do these things do? And holy crap, they were fucking tough shits.
Somehow, one of them had Black Coffin. I don't know how this happened, but one of these motherfuckers has Black Coffin, and he turns to my character and casts it. And Hick-Cast does like max fucking damage and one-shots me from max HP.
But
I was so upset.
Quill was the guy that had the Immortal Serum, right?
Quill...
One of your characters...
was the guy that had the Immortal Serum, yes.
That's why he lived. He fucking came back and he was like...
No, it wasn't Quill that had that cast on him, it was Yoshi. It was fucking Yoshi.
But...
Remember? Yes, it was Yoshi, and then Yoshi died, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then later, Abby resurrected and then ate Yoshi, as you may recall.
Yeah, that's spooky shit.
But with Quill, somehow we got separated from the group, and it was just Abby, Quill, and Warg. And Abby's like, "Well, I know for a fact I can't fucking win this fight right now," so he shanks Quill in the throat. to kill him, but he had taken the immortal serum, so he couldn't die. And so Warg's like, "No, that's not how you kill somebody," and he snaps his fingers, and Quill fucking explodes.
Yeah, he atomized him so he could die, reduced him down to his primal atoms.
Yes. And then I proceeded to charisma check my way the fuck out of that conversation.
I'm telling you something now. Right now, I am setting up a thing so that Warg can fucking finally die, so I can be rid of that piece of shit.
Oh, you want to be rid of Warg? You want to be rid of Warg? He's a monster of my own creation.
He's a monster of my own creation. What have I done?
Oh, God, he is my Frankenstein's monster, man. It is.
I was a dick.
He is a monument to my hubris.
I mean, that's an accurate description of him.
My hubris!
Yeah, right now in the current campaigns I'm running, I'm trying to throw the little seeds in there to help characters be able to fight them and whatnot. You guys can't tell because I'm planning them behind the scenes, and my plans are really weird and convoluted. One
of them was Islander, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
I fucked that one up royally, didn't I?
No, actually, you did it correctly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I mean by Hick-Cura is a master of manipulation. He knows what I'm gonna do. He knows the kind of player I am and the kind of fucking lunacy I am willing to get up to. So he sets these little traps for me. It's like, Abby, don't you fucking dare follow this man back to his hideout. Don't you do it. And he knows that if he tells me not to do it, I'll fucking do it. Because that's the kind of fucking lunatic I am.
I do it with all my players.
And then I'm surprised when I lose my magic items. Joke's on you, I can suplex a mountain.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need the sword. I deal 10 damage with an unarmed strike.
Yeah, Hammer fist! Oh, God. I mean, you have Avi in your car, so technically we could do something with him if we wanted to. What level is Avi? I don't even fucking remember.
Avi? Yeah. He is a high elf assassin.
Yeah, he's in Rifts, though, so he's like level, what, 14, 15?
He's level 15.
15, yeah. He's going for a secondary leveling.
Yeah, I might start multi-classing him now, I think. I'm probably going to go down the key track, because that's the biggest... That's the one thing he can't handle, is key. It really fucks up his whole thing.
Yeah, because I still have that key list of key powers.
I should provide a little bit of context. So, the name Avaritia comes from this character, who before becoming a D&D character, he's a character in a novel that I was writing, and I just decided to keep the name Avaritia for my public persona or whatever else, just because I like the name. It's a good name. So he's also a D&D character and a character in a novel that I'm working on. Yes, I'm a writer, folks. I'm a fantasy writer.
Yeah, I have all these spells and key abilities that I have. Spells, let's see. Oh my god. The highest spell I have is level... That's a legend spell. And below that, I removed a lot of spells. And spell level 11, Black Hand. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, I remember Black Hand.
There's also spells that are actually in the game called Maximize Magic.
Yeah.
I adjusted Maximize Magic and stuff.
Yeah, Hick-Cura likes to take whatever they've already built and then give it steroids.
Yes.
It's like, I think this could be worse. Here, let me show you how.
But Lightning Bow.
Lightning Bow, yeah.
There's a whole bunch of other things that I made too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, there's so many cool things that weren't... Like, I bring over some D&D spells too.
You know who else I found when I was cleaning out my car?
Who?
Seamus motherfucking McCleary.
Right, those further motherfuckers don't know. Seamus motherfucking McCleary is an Irish man who is known as a crazy.
Yes, yeah. So he has an implant in his brain that gives him superpowers. Because riffs. He was also a god for a little while. And for about 2 weeks, he was the embodiment of the horseman pestilence.
Oh yeah, everything was so fucking
Because he's
wacky.
Yeah, it's Seamus. He's just fucking insane.
He's
it's
insane.
Seamus. He fought Cthulhu
That was fun.
in basically a Zord.
Yes. Oh,
And then there was fucking Yoshi, who got in a sword fight with Cthulhu. That was insane.
Oh yeah, don't worry about my meth brain having to game 2 times a week, come up with a story with you guys throwing me everywhere. I tried.
Yeah.
And Yoshi was so underpowered compared to everyone else, I had to make it different for him.
Yeah, Yoshi had to have the sword of a god to even stand a chance.
Oh my god, we went through high school. That was like 4 years of that shit. 2 times a week. And yeah, that was a lot of levels being thrown at people.
Yeah.
And I would love to play once a week to actually do D&D.
Sweet Seamus.
My sweet Seamus motherfucking McCleary. Yeah, I'm going to tell you now that I was talking to Avi, because we have the author Berserk, Kentaro Miura. He passed away recently.
R.I.P.
Yes.
R.I.P.
A legend in his own right.
Fucking ain't kidding, man.
I decided that I am going to honor his memory by putting one of his apostles in my game. And I told Abby that the name starts with motherfucking. And obviously it's motherfucking Zod.
Zod
Zod the Immortal. And I
need Berserk. I really do.
I can give you the fucking movies to watch, and those... Oh.
No, I feel like I want to read the manga. Just because I don't know. I like reading manga.
I mean,
enjoy
with
them.
fucking Berserk, it inspired a whole bunch of grimdark D&D, including Grim Hollow, and then inspired Dark Souls, and Dark Souls inspired more D&D. All of it's a spiral and shit, and D&D is just a catalyst that inspires it all back.
Yeah. That's why I love D&D. It's just the cultural influence that it has in the communities and the worlds that we love.
Oh yeah.
Really, I mean, I'm
actually
so glad
read the Theros one?
I own it. I did not read it.
I really enjoy that one, but I would give that a good 8 out of 10 rating if you don't play it. If you play it, I would probably say somewhere around 6.5. Really?
Wow.
I love everything in it, but don't fucking play in the world of Theros. It looks like garbage to me.
Yeah.
I understand Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is for some people, but it's not for me. I just can't.
Oh, is Theros a plane in Magic the Gathering?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, there's all the gods from the
that
Theros
is
book.
One thing I don't love
mm-hmm.
is the overlap with Wizards of the Coast between.
This is the first time they've done this.
I know, and they also did. They also did it with Mysteria. No, what the fuck was that book they released?
Oh,
where is it? It's not Mordenkainen's. Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica.
That's Magic the Gathering as well. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying, and I don't love that book.
Yeah, it's basically the exact same, but better.
Really don't care for it. That being said, Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron is dope as shit.
Eberron was not really my style.
Yeah, I totally get that, but like,
Warforged. I have it because Warforged are fucking cool and all the other shit. I take some things from it as well, but if I was to rate all these books, oh my god, like a little like scale, 1 to 10. Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron, probably around a 7.
Yeah.
Not the best. Ghosts of Saltmarsh, I would put down at a fucking 5, because yay.
I like Ghosts of Saltmarsh because it gave me boat combat.
Yes, but also it's
and I think I like a couple of the adventures in there. I think they're kind of cool, and I could play around with those. But
yeah. Then if we're gonna be talking about D&D, let's talk about the most famous D&D podcast.
Critical Role.
I was gonna say the Chain of Acheron, but okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said the most famous.
I did.
I mean,
I was just shitting on fucking that shit. Matt Colville, the CEO of MCDM, the game master of the Chain of Acheron, is one of the. He was the lead designer of the game Evolve. Yeah. So
he knows his stuff. He's Matt Colville. For those that don't know, he's been playing TTRPGs for fucking years, and he is super knowledgeable. If you ever have questions about DMing or about anything D&D related, go watch his videos. And also, if you're just a writer and a creative,
I need to buy his books.
Oh, really? Yeah, he is a super knowledgeable, super skilled author and creative. Yeah, he's fuck, dude. I've learned so much about world building.
One of his players read his book and then decided to make a character based on one of his books.
Oh, that's so cool.
Because it's like, you're such a good author, I want to be part of this company of paladins.
Yeah.
He released a class called the Illrigger.
He did, and it's not on D&D Beyond, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, that's a thing that pisses me off, because, they're gonna fucking rub the balls of Critical Role, but not anyone else.
Yeah.
What is the cuss piece of shit?
Annoying. I really want that to be on D&D Beyond. I would love to see a lot more of the Kobold Press and Dungeon Masters Guild stuff on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, they're very fucking...
And given some official
7
support.
years ago, D&D Beyond said that it would be releasing a thing so you can make your own classes. So you could port the Illrigger in if you wanted to. 7 fucking years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure it's difficult. Their homebrew system on D&D Beyond is not super accessible. I really don't like it.
The creature one I couldn't figure out.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I wouldn't mind going back to pen and paper for. Just because it would streamline the process so much more.
Items are about the only thing I do. Items and fucking class, item, races. Those are the only things I do. Otherwise, I don't touch the other homebrewing system in there.
Yeah.
I do have some feats. Those are the easy ones, but fucking... Holy shit, doing class is a pain in my fucking ass. I don't want to... I have a few that I put in there because I actually like them so much I decided to put them in there.
Yeah.
But holy shit, if people be like, hey, can you make this class? I will spend like 2 days perfectly putting it in to make it amazing for people to actually be able to use and stuff. But it's just such garbage. And they try to show you on their D&D Beyond YouTube channel. It's like, oh, here's how you do it. And I'm like, no, can't. It's awful.
Yeah, no, it's not super well optimized for that. That is my one big complaint about D&D Beyond. Although I do like it's so convenient because if you're like me, you stay up all night making characters and coming up with character ideas.
There's like over 120 characters on my D&D Beyond account, and
less
than 20 of them are mine.
Let's see, how many do I have?
Too much.
161.
Yeah, but the Illrigger, I would love to play a game with just Illriggers.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool class.
Because you got there's 3 different classes because it allows it so you can play it, but actually spec into different things. You can actually be a paladin called a painkiller, or you can be a shadow master, fucking like a roguish paladin, or you can be an architect of ruin and actually be a fucking spellcasting paladin.
Yeah, that sounds really fucking dope.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I'm like, Architect of Ruin, I will play an Architect of Ruin. Because holy shit, it's amazing. And you actually get cantrips and shit, too.
I like this. I like this a lot.
But you're a half-caster, remember that.
Yeah. You're a gith. A gith, as it were.
A gish.
Oh, was it gish? Thank you. Sorry. I'm not cool, as you know.
Cool. Oh man, you got spec into a gish. What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking nerd?
Right.
Like the jock comes up to you and tells you how to play your cleric correctly.
It's like, motherfucker. First of all.
I mean, have you fucking watched Jock's Machina?
Jock's Machina? No, I haven't. I haven't watched it.
Fucking amazing. I love watching it. Because
I wasn't sure if it was going to be my kind of thing.
Oh,
I don't really like Joe Manganiello. I don't really care for him.
Joe Manganiello, I love his fucking character so much. Because it just reminds me of Ingus.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And then watching Grog Strongjaw.
Sweet Grog.
They fight like fucking 4 shadow dragons.
No problem.
Oh yeah, and none of them are healers.
Oh good. Oh good.
And so you're like, are they gonna be able to handle this?
The answer may surprise you.
Basically, what happened was after they defeated Vecna in Critical Role's Tal'Dorei, he's trying to escape through the Shadowfell, and so that's why they're there. They're there to fucking stop him from escaping.
So they sent fucking Grog and what was that character's name? Not Acheron.
Archon the Cruel.
Acheron, yeah. Acheron the Cruel, that's right.
Archon.
Archon, yes, thank you.
Then you have someone who's from fucking you have a fucking paladin who's 18th level, who rides a fucking unicorn into battle, whose name is Justin Biebs. And then the other character is a character from Dark Sun, a half giant.
Dope.
Yeah, a half giant rogue.
Thing that should be in the fucking base game.
I want some Dark Sun. There's some Dark Sun communities still out there.
What is that thing that I have been saying I wanted forever? Not Starfinder.
Spelljammer.
Spelljammer, yes. Spelljammer. I really, really want Spelljammer.
There's some communities out there that do Spelljammer stuff. I would gladly do that and stuff.
No, but I want it for 5e. I want it officially put together for 5e is the problem.
There are things from Spelljammer in the monster manual, things in the Dungeon Master's Guide, but there's just nothing about Spelljammer.
King Hippopotamus.
Spelljammer is basically Treasure Planet.
Kind of like Rifts, honestly. In a lot of ways.
Yeah, but the space isn't like space in fucking D&D. Space is like something called the Phlogiston.
Phlogiston?
Phlogiston. And every fucking planet lives in an orb. Crystal sphere.
Orb!
Yeah, there's this D&D YouTuber called Jordan, and he does a whole bunch of stuff about Spelljammer. He did this whole series about it and translating into 5e.
Yeah.
I'm subscribed to a lot of them.
I want it. I just want official content. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I want Wizards of the Coast to do it. I really, really do. And I don't want to sound, those entitled fucking fanboys is all, they need to do this right fucking now or anything like that. It's just I think it's a really cool concept and a really cool world, and I'd like to fuck around in it, and I'd like to do so in 5e.
Yeah, just be easier that
way. You guys make it happen. Come on. I don't want to go back to 2nd edition. Never again. Never again.
2nd edition is less complex than 3rd edition, I tell you that.
Well, I'm sure it is.
3rd edition is hey, if you want to be able to play the game, you better fucking choose a fucking feat. But I already have 2 feet. Here's more feats for you.
Can I interest you in a feat?
I have feet fetish in that game.
Shut up and eat your feats.
Oops, it's all feats.
Yeah.
That's where Angus was made, actually, in 3.5. He was made from a book that I want to get called Races of the Wilds, where the Raptorans are from.
Which is different from the Aarakocra.
Yes, because they're half elf, half Aarakocra, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
Kind of. They still lay
they're
eggs.
Kind of more savage, more wild.
They're not from the Aarakocra are from the elemental plane of air and shit. That's where they're originally from, but Raptorans are not.
Gotta play that character one day.
That's gonna be fucking insane.
Are you kidding me? I've been wanting to do it for so long. I just need to find a DM who's willing to indulge me, as well as players who aren't smart enough to catch on to what I'm doing.
I mean, yeah, as long as the wife doesn't watch this podcast, we'd probably be fine.
Honestly, yeah.
I could trust her to watch the podcast, but then again, 3 hours of this shit would probably be do I want to watch the 3rd one? Do I want to skip over some?
Do that? No, I don't have to watch every episode, surely.
Surely.
No, we've already lost. Raka is 100% watching this episode.
Oh, of course.
It's the D&D episode. Of course Raka's going to watch this episode.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, though.
She's also 2 rooms away, and I am very loud.
True. You're entirely true.
she already knows and is planning her countermeasures.
I mean, do you know she has a fucking evil, well, not really evil, but a druid on my world that's
what is that one?
High-level druid, drow, that's evil, that was kicked out of the Ring of Druids because she was selfish and stuff.
Yoko?
Yoko.
Or
Yako.
Yeah. Yako, that's right.
Oh, yeah. It kind of sucks because she's been trying to
Yako's been hanging out with Abby.
Yeah, she's been trying to help everyone and save everyone from all these bad things, but every time she does it, she does it in a kind of selfish way by doing bad things, and so the druid people are like, yeah, no, dude, you can't do this. You're kicking you out now.
I mean, that isn't the headcanon Raka and I have been doing. We have decided that Yako and Avi have been crossbreeding different strains of weed. That's the best shit they can.
I believe Yako, her boyfriend, who was a tiefling, got sent to the outer planes to fucking be with the elder gods out there. And no one's ever seen him since. That was like fucking 15 years ago. She lost her child, and it's somewhere now because she tried to save it. And
she's also like technically the mother of Warg, isn't she?
No, that's
somehow
a different character.
Okay, that's a different character.
Anyway, and then she lost her friends, Danielle and Acheron. Acheron being an entirely character himself. Danielle found a statue of Warg. After a long battle, Warg was injured and lost most of his power, so he decided to change up his plan. He only had a statue left, and so statues everywhere, and she decided to pray to the statue. The statue breaks open, revealing Warg, who slowly regains his power.
Stop it! Mm-hmm. Every time!
Yeah, oh fuck. I dropped my switch. Fuck. Shit.
You turned off the switch?
I dropped my switch. It was...
Switch.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's another good D&D game, For the King.
For the King's fun. I don't know. I'm not huge on it.
It's a headspace game. I wish it was slightly different. If I could change some things in it, I would.
There's several things I'd change.
I would change the stats to not be based off fucking percentages.
Yeah. The original Final Fantasy I really love. I love Final Fantasy, as you know. I'm a whore for Final Fantasy. But those are heavily influenced by Dungeons and Dragons. Like there are, I'm pretty sure in there is in Final Fantasy 1 in the original on the NES. There are illithids that like you can fight and shit, and they're fucking hard as balls. But like, yeah, it's D&D has had a huge impact on culture, on gaming, on all of it. I love Dungeons and Dragons, dude. I'm so glad that I got that because I mean that's how you and I became friends.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons
together, dude. It's like I will always be grateful for that game for giving me one of my closest friends and giving me some of the best memories of my life, man. I love D&D.
Also some of the worst memories, but we don't talk about that.
Oh yeah, 100%. But It can't all be Barwin and Abby. Sometimes it has to be Yoshi and Marin.
I don't remember Marin. Who's Marin?
Marin is the character that got eaten by the jar.
The jar?
Yeah, and then that character. Yeah, so we encountered this chick who I figured out was a vampire, and I was like, "Hey, does anybody have a globe of daylight?" And your uncle teleported me to this room.
Oh, I remember this dungeon. I remember this dungeon because...
Yeah, this was in Gracidi.
I have Gracidi. I have it.
I do not have time to give you guys the context on Gracidi. I don't even know why the fuck we were going there, because I came in late.
Three people were headed there.
Yeah, I think, Abaddon had something going on there.
Ingus was headed there to go get the sword Death Kiss.
Which was inside all along.
No, it was not.
It was not?
No, that was a different sword.
I'm so confused.
Well, after Ingus lost most of his power, a god decided to give pity on him. That god we will never talk about because it's a drow who wears a fucking bikini, which is fucking misogynistic. Thank you, uncle.
Sweet uncle.
Anyway, he gave him a sword that was
sister-in-law just walked in. Sorry.
It's a sword that dealt a whole bunch of damage and stuff, and yeah, it also healed him for dealing that damage, as well as giving him boosts to his stats. Eventually, he lost the sword and never got any replacement for it, but instead, he went down to some layers of hell to find a nice demon, which he took and crafted into a sword himself. He crafted
that's right. Yes.
Yeah, he crafted it into the demon sword Demorian. And he thought he could overpower the demon with his own strength of will. And he could not. Which is why...
What's wrong?
It only takes one bullet. You ain't got the nerve. Try me. Just fucking... He was wrong. No, and so that's why that character is evil now. Is he's possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
And
I killed him.
Oh, yeah, but the issue is that fucking he took phylactery from a lich and made his own.
Yeah, we dealt with him, and then he came back.
He is one of the worst recurring villains I have.
He's not as bad as Warg.
Warg is not a villain, he's an antagonist, which is why he's the worst.
Warg gives me fucking conniptions. Especially when he takes the form of the Dorkfish.
We don't talk about the Dorkfish.
No, we're talking about the Dorkfish. Everyone must know the evils of the Dorkfish. So, ladies and gentlemen, Hick-Cura has something called the Dorkfish. Hick-Cura, what does the Dorkfish look like?
It is a head of a parrot, it has the legs of a monkey, the tail of a scorpion, the wings, one wing is a bat wing, and one wing is a parakeet wing.
Yes. Warg decided that...
It's about the size of a chihuahua.
He decided he loved the Dorkfish so much that he would populate his world with them. And occasionally, he appears as the Dorkfish and vomits.
Each Dorkfish that you would meet would be him.
Yes. Every Dorkfish is Warg, and none of the Dorkfish are Warg. And at any time, the Dorkfish can puke up corn dogs. Because he is the Dorkfish.
It's amazing.
I hate you so much.
I stole that from a thing.
I don't know why we're friends.
It's the dumbest shit. Oh my god.
How long is this one going here?
57 minutes. That's a pretty good.
All right. Yes, I think that is an excellently lengthed episode, and I think we're going to go ahead and call it here.
Of course. Remember, everyone, make sure that you have alert feet ready, and have a good day.
If you're not taking alert, you're playing wrong, and I'm going to gatekeep your ass. So
Sentinels also works, but yeah.
Sentinel is also dope as shit, and I don't know why I don't have it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Remember to love each other. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.